a little bit of lightning. I don't know how much I can get you, but we're going to get a little bit. I'm watching that frontal boundary also approaching from my northwest. This is not along that boundary. I am northeast of College Station, Texas at the moment. That was blinding. where that boundary is. Okay, it's coming through Georgetown. Back over just to the northwest of Cameron. That's where that boundary is. That's the cold front. Let me switch over real quick here and I can show you. So you can see this mass of stuff I'm around right now over here. Kirtland, Texas. All right, and then back over here. That right there is your front. Just coming into Georgetown there. So. This little cell that's just to the north of Caldwell, northeast of Caldwell, may strengthen a bit. It's going to go right into College Station. And then what's going to happen is the frontal boundary comes in here too. Somebody in front of me with their flashers on. Y'all know how I feel about flashers in the rain and the darkness. Gusty winds in this as well. 30, 35 maybe. not agree that using flashers is more blinding than just a steady burn. Of course it is. Tell you what, I'm going to say it every time. Every time I encounter this flasher thing, I'm going to speak up. As a matter of fact, I'm tired of seeing them flash in front of me because it's blurring my windshield every time it does flash. So, I'm going to carefully just go ahead and get past these people. And guess what? I get to encounter another one up ahead. Alright, that frontal boundary is now reaching GRK radar site there at Granger. Moving into Cameron right about now. We're just about there. Seems like a lot of the lightning tamed down. Yeah, here goes another one. I really need to start recording these things so I can make a complete video. Yep, that's what I need to do. Alright, so we got some lightning. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this stuff that's still back to my west-southwest. I think this, I don't know. It's gonna come right at me pretty much where I'm gonna end up here in a minute, I think. Or not a minute, but 5 minutes, whatever. It's still probably 20 minutes out. Now that little hiccup there, I think, was just because Starlink had dropped out in that heavy rain. And it's come back, of course, now. Okay, the one back to my southwest looks like it's trying to intensify a bit. There's no significant advisories on any of this stuff right now. thinking I might need to get over to, let's see. I think I'll just stay with what I got. By the way, I did just encounter somewhere really close. I just encountered a skunk. So I've got to deal with that. Ugh. What a smell. South. Now what I might try to do, maybe I will try to get to the west side of town and drop down 2818. Just want to kind of get on the south side of this a little bit if I can. That stuff is strengthening also back down towards to the southwest of Giddings, Texas, which is where I was earlier today, hoping a little something would kind of fire up down there. It did, but it just didn't have a chance. Bottom line, it just couldn't get going, wasn't enough lift. But now that stuff seems to be wanting to pop up down there as well, and that's fine because that's going to, in a way, head towards where I am inevitably going to be heading towards back home after a while. So. See what that does. The front catches up with anything and undercuts it. It's done. At least I can still see it. It should be getting windy in Cameron, Texas now. Coming into Bryan, Texas now. Basically heading southeast. When I'm stopped here, well, not we stop long. Flip over to a radar view real quick. Bottom left part of the screen there is the stuff coming up to the southwest of Giddings, Texas. I'll keep an eye on that. And I'm watching this Nocturnal approaching. To my west-southwest. It's headed straight up here, probably going to be a little bit south. If I stayed right here, it'd be a little south of me. So I want to get on over here to the loop and try to get south a little bit. This is going to blink out for a second. So, yeah, the remote camera's still working. Okay. Just curious how this remote camera is going to work if I pointed it through the windshield. Let's take a quick glance at it here. That was me, by the way. It's hard to do away with all that glare. So that's the remote, and that's the regular dash. Yep. How we doing? How we doing? Probably should have just sat out there on Highway 50 like I was planning to do earlier, but I didn't. Lightning back up ahead of me there too, so it should only take me, without catching every red light, it should only take me about three or 4 minutes to get over to the loop. This will be the last stream for a while. Because behind this front, it's gonna feel like wintertime a little bit. It's gonna last for a few days. Beyond that, I don't know of a possible, something in a few days after. Beyond that, there maybe, I doubt it, probably just might be just a rain type deal, but after December 7, I will totally be out of pocket on another project for the whole week, so I may not surface until around 15th or 16th or something like that. There's an outside chance that not next weekend, but 2 weeks from this weekend, starting on Friday night, or it may be just a one-day only thing, but I've got an event that's going to last for 48 hours, starting at 6 p.m. on the Friday that I'll actually come back from the project I'll be on, and I think I'll wait for this light. So totally involves amateur radio at a high level. It'll be a competition thing, and I'm thinking about setting up streaming on part of that. You can hear the stations calling from all over the world, Morse code, voice, all that good stuff, and video of the primary spot, at least the primary spot. If I had another stream deck, I would set it up where you could switch the camera views, but I'm not going to go through that much trouble. I'm not going to have time, actually. So it's got nothing to do with the weather. It's just another part of what I do. I did do a video here a while back to show another part of my world, and that is another part of my world. So I just thought, well, why not stream it real time? Actually, some videos I'd like to make, and I would like to post them here, about another part of my world, such as a project I'm about to be working on again in 8-10 days, whatever. 9 days, 8 days, 9 days, whatever. Started December 8th, actually. So the problem there is that there's just certain things I can't post about. I can post about stuff, I can do videos of stuff that's already been released, but man, that just takes some time. Don't somebody get on there and tell me that the cell in front of me's got a hook on it. Yes, it's got a little reflectivity appendage down there on the back quadrant of it. And this is the loop I was talking about, so I'll go ahead and take this, try to get down to the south side of it regardless. So, yeah, just because there's an appendage there. Just saw that last two words, skip talk. Yeah, well, it's a bunch of different levels of that. A bunch of layers involved in there, and using stacked phased arrays to change signal angles and all kind of stuff. So yeah, but I wanted to just for the kicks, significant advisory just issued on the stuff I just left. That was migrating on. I wasn't going to stay with that, even though I don't know that there's going to be anything severe out of that. What I wanted to look at was this little thing that's coming towards me here. Yeah, there's nothing there that stirs my interest, really. Yep, there's nothing there. Yeah, so as far as the chat, I can glance at it from time to time, but that's really about it. If I were in a situation where I've got a severe storm or a tornadic storm or something like that, I promise you I'm not looking at chat. I will glance at it while I'm driving sometimes because I've got it right up here. Like, I just have to move my eye down just a little bit to see it, but I don't fixate myself on reading it very often. And even when I do, it's because I'm on a straight stretch of road or something and there's absolutely no one around me. Safety first always in my world. I need this little guy to beef up a little bit, start putting down some lightning. Here's a look at what I'm doing here. You see my circle there, almost center. Let me center myself. I'm centered on the screen. I'm dead center of the screen. That's my current location. Just on the west side of College Station on the loop. And there goes that little cell right there, coming towards me. Should be getting some heavier rain here real soon. Where is it? I'm right on the edge of this. Gotten just south enough to have avoided it. It's kind of my plan, but doesn't even have an advisory. I was hoping for lightning, and I'm not getting really anything. I think there's been maybe one or two CGs come out of that. We can turn green now. There's no one on this crossroad. Please. 3, 2, 1, change. Close enough for government work. I started myself right around the edge of this. Okay, it is putting out a little bit of lightning. I just saw some. Let's see, so if I can do, well, yeah, if I can do about 4 miles here, cross the river, It's farmland. Cell would be right back in there. Other ones that have popped up behind that. That front is approaching Highway 79 corridor now. It's still, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles from it, but it's just about there. Come on, strengthen. Can't even get the lightning to crank up in this one. Coming up on the Brazos River Bridge at Highway 60. Once I cross that, it's the farmland. Great area to see from, that's for sure. Timid on the radar now. Yeah, that just goes out into the field. They actually have this listed as a county road, I think. It's interesting. I think I'll just get an opportunity here and I'll head on down another couple of miles there. There's a highway, there's a convenience store on the corner. Yeah, those things aren't showing me anything out there. As soon as I get an opportunity, which should be right now, get on out of here. I got into a little bit of mud. Figure out what's going on and what I'm going to do. Alright, look at a dark sky for right now. There ain't nothing interesting right now. Let's look at this. Okay. It's that way down there. Seems to be Smithville. So way down there, but I think it's going to continue to move easterly more than anything. The front has gone through Round Rock. It's hitting Taylor, Texas right now, just about to Rockdale, Texas. Some more coming up out of Giddings there. I might want to watch those. That's where they're going to go. So let's see what we got here. Nothing. Let me check my lightning sensors out real quick. Yeah, the lightning popped and disappeared on the stuff moving across College Station. That's why I haven't seen any lightning lately. And then the cell down there near Smithville, Texas is putting down a fair amount of lightning. Nothing else in between that. A little hail marker on the cell southwest of Giddings, which is moving generally up this direction. That front's gonna, I don't know. That front is liable to intersect with that. Where would it intersect it? Somewhere close to like Somerville. No, unless that moves past it before then. Anyway, there's nothing on the velocities that are of interest. Alright, while I'm stopped, I'll just read these chats real quick. Yeah, I'm with you on the snakes because I got stuff I need to get out into the brush, into the woods to do, and I just don't like going out there doing copperheads, rattlesnake stuff. 40. Yeah, I'm back. Let's see. Weatherman. Which weatherman is that? I wouldn't be surprised if, let's see, you're up in temp. I wouldn't be surprised if you might get closer to freezing, actually, before it's all said and done. Yeah, I know a few weather people. I know you've seen Josh if you've watched OKW. Okay. Sister to my local CBS there, which I have a contract with. But if you ever watched XXV, Josh is a good friend of mine. Okay, what are we doing here? Yep, okay. I'm going to head towards Lake Somerville. That's what I'm going to do. See if any of this other stuff to the southwest is going to try to act up just a bit. Really don't expect much but a tame child out here tonight. The whole day for that matter. Even any opportunities today just didn't pan out. Okay, my screen orientation just went stupid. Now we got the orientation back right again. I'm just going to close that and start it over. check in on my bud Daniel. He's out right now in Australia. If y'all want to see what Daniel Shaw's up to, he's live out in Australia right now. Of course, it's in the daylight there. It's Queensland area. Yeah, Queensland. So he's in the daylight, I'm in the dark. Hey Diane, comma. I like that they put AU on there. Was because I think you're gold. This one cell coming in southwest just has a little bit of interest to me, but golly, that thing is moving so slow. Thought I'd say hi, period. I'm gonna be getting back to my own cultivating, period. Thought I'd say hello, period. I'm going to get back to my own cultivating, period. Good day, all, period. front is passing through Rockdale right now. I think during the process of something else too, I didn't say, but there's a flood advisory as well, and I'm pretty sure I don't have that overlay that comes across my computer. I don't have that turned on, but that probably is for all of the stuff back up here on the upper part of the screen up there. That's probably where that flood advisory is. I'm actually still eyeballing this stuff down in the lower left corner over here. Moving up this way, there's just a nice zone there where things just keep trying to fire up, and the front is still, you can see the front is approaching from the northwest. That thin line, that's the cold front. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it for a while. It's going to stay pretty far south, I think, though. Alright, we're picking up Little Lightning on the cell, moving in towards Giddings now, which is probably going to come up towards Lake Somerville, potentially probably going to go just to the south of that. Speed. God, the thing is so slow too. What are these going to do when the front catches them? Is the front just going to totally undercut these things and it's going to wipe them out? Or could it possibly temporarily add just enough lift, a little trigger there, you know, enough lift to make these things go just a little bit for a short period of time until they do undercut? Checked in with my bud on the other side of the planet there, so that's all done. No, he's fine. I mean, he stays. Let's see. This past season, he stayed at my house what, 3 nights or something, and we actually took off and kind of went out together. I mean, different vehicles, of course, but kind of headed out at least 2 of the days in a row. And of course, we encounter each other quite a bit every year. We have a good time when it's not time to be serious. Go watch that video on my channel. I forgot what it's titled, but there's a video there, and it's just something I think I did last year. If you see a video on my channel that's got, I think it actually shows him. I can't remember. I call it the Aussie American production. Oh gosh, can't remember what I titled it. But you can find it, because I don't have a lot of just plain old videos on there. A lot of the stuff that's on there is actually old live streams. Yeah, a little more lightning showing up with this one. Okay. Right in the zone here, so I'm going to get south side of the lake is what I'm going to do. All my attention on this right here. Show you what I'm talking about here. See that zone? And I'm right in front of all that that's moving up this way, and then back up on the upper left part of the screen, you can see that frontal boundary pushing southeastward. That front is moving pretty quick. Let's see. Kind of hard to read. What is that? Is that Seymour? Is that what? Where are you at? I'm curious. Just curious. Okay. I saw that. Okay. So, let's see. Let's take this path to get over there. Okay. I know where Keller is. I stayed in the hotel right there off I-35. What was it, the Garden Inn or something? Something I don't remember. I stayed up there. I ate at the Waffle House. I think it's on the east side of I-35 over there. And of course, I've been to the Buc-ee's over there where at I-35. Lightning has come down on this one. Now, if the stronger stuff farther southwest is and I think it's probably going to stay too far south. I'm not going, especially at night. I'm not going to go any more south than I'm headed right now. Right now, I'm only going to go about another, I guess, nautical miles. I'm going to say 4 miles. That's about it. Got a nice spot up there where you can see forever. Looks northwest, looks out over a huge lake and nice elevation. Saw a brief tornado from up there 2 years ago, I think. Certain dates and events I can remember, others I don't remember what year they were or anything. About 4 miles riding on top of a dam here. On my right, which looks like Oblivion, is actually the lake out there. I certainly don't want time to pass too quickly, but I am looking forward to next spring, and I just started this stuff. I really just got this channel going in, what, April last year? And even so, at that point in time, it was just kind of half-heartedly. It wasn't really properly set up or anything like that. I didn't have all these options set up that I have now. I might just go right back over here. There's another spot that's even better, but I'm not going to go over there. It's only another mile up, but this is good. The goal was to kind of look southwest, but I've got this whole rise up in front of me here. I can't see. Okay, there's nothing to see anyway. Oh, I've got a new lightning strike coming out of that one. That thing is still 45 minutes from here. I'm going to take an opportunity here to stretch my legs for a moment. think I might go over to that place. Hopefully nobody's up here at Lookout Point. Saturday night, you never know. Pardon me. So right now I'm only 15 minutes from home. Isn't that great? You know, whenever I do golf, I like to try to reach over and hit that mute button, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Oh, good, there's not a soul up here. And we can sit here and look southwest. Oh, a little more lightning. It looks a little bit better. A little better hail marker on it. Is it going to shift to the east a little bit? Because if it is, I'll have to go north just a bit. Maybe just a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that southernmost cell. Stay out here that long, and I'm not going to go south for that one. All right, the front is really crashing. It's coming down to just about to come into Elgin, Texas right now. Creasman, Texas, which is between Caldwell and Milano, Texas. Where's everybody around here? It's Milano. Alright, I'll show you radar kind of closer in right now. See my marker right here? That's where I'm at. There's the lake. And here's this little series of cells moving in. I'm more interested in the third one back. Take this out just a little bit. Now you see the front coming down. I was thinking that front might intersect with that cell right about close to where I am in a few minutes. So I just kind of basically is going to see what happens when that gets here. It's probably going to take the legs right out from under it. But then again, it may give it just enough lift, extra trigger there to intensify briefly. I'll just leave it on the radar for right now because there's still nothing to, there's not even any lightning showing up. Did see a couple of flashes from somewhere. I know it illuminated some of the sky just faintly as I was coming across the dam a few minutes ago, and but nothing as of yet. These lead two don't have anything. Hey, thanks for dropping in. Sleep well. I'm gonna be doing the same within the next hour, I guarantee you. Especially with the north wind howling. There's a lot of people would think just the way this stuff is lining out that is the frontal boundary. And this is proof positive that it is not. It's getting a nice core in it. Well, it had a nice core in it. For 2 frames, it kind of collapsed a little bit on that last frame. Turn off the lightning here. Let's do this. Let's just look at this thing. Let's diagnose this thing. Okay. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Okay. Vertically integrated liquid. Go back to the top. Doubt there's any hail falling out of that. There's some hail up there, but it's very small. It's melting before it hits the ground. Quick check on that. Got nothing there. I got this lead one coming in here real soon. And there was some lightning. I think that came from behind me though. I just heard the thunder. It was pretty far away. Put the window down now. I think that is, it could be trying to cycle a little bit. I'll check my numbers at home. Wow, 3/100ths of an inch. That was from earlier. This lead one should be. No, it's actually gonna be. It's golly, it stayed south of my house. Darn, I could have used the rain for sure. I kind of doubt it's gonna pulse back up. I'm gonna be just south of this lead. Look like I may be south of the other one too. So let's do this. Let's go back south 3 miles, which means I go back across the dam again. I'm sorry, let's go north 3 miles. I am practicing my positioning for the spring, like I need practice. One thing I do need is some replacement for Microsoft Maps that I always used. And those jerks cut it out, because I could use a GPS on it and see myself exactly on a mapping computer. And I mean, I've got mapping on here too, but it's inside the radar screen. So basically, it will show me all the major highways, those kinds of things, but it's not going to show me some of the farm to markets and the county roads that are so crucial to me figuring out how I can get from A to B. So anyway, I'm still looking for an alternative to that. Now that thing is weakening. It's not cycling back up. Should get into some precip here. Here it comes, yeah. Once this passes me by, I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a night, head home and go to sleep. Front is getting ever so closer now. got some campers out there. I don't know if it's gonna show it very well. Yeah, it's gonna blur too much rain and all this other mess, but off in the distance, those lights right there, yeah, they're in for a rude awakening after a while. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly but surely start making my way back towards home. Punch through this. Nothing's gonna happen here. The story of the day, actually. Yeah, it sounds good to me, just be in bed by 11 p.m. lightning behind me. Let's see, I popped on the north side of that heavier. The one I had my eye on actually is probably going to head towards my house. So that's fine. I'm just heading home anyway. If I didn't take my time, I'd be there from here. It'd take me about 6 minutes. A little bit of convection going up along that front. Just behind that boundary. Gutsy. Just on the north side of this little cell. thing I'm not going to allow is advertising, promoting someone else on here, so just take that for what that's worth. Alright, I punched through that one. Try to beat that next one to my house. Ooh, that was a nice flash off to my left. Moderator was here, that would not show up. It's going to be close to me beating it. What do we got? Move on up the road. Alright, stream's going to be ending here in just a minute, so I was hoping to get a little more lightning anyway out of this stuff, but that's not cooperating either. See, cold front is getting really close. That's in the upper left corner. That's the cold front. The stuff in front is not the cold front. Line of convergence has kind of been sitting there doing that all day, but never really got anything going until tonight. And even this is not even reaching the criteria to be to having a significant advisory issued on it. So there you have it. Not much else to say other than, I guess, good night and thanks for watching, and tell your friends, get them to subscribe, try to build my numbers up and all that good stuff. And as I promise every time, it's pretty lame days out here. I always say there will be other times that are going to be much more interesting. But I'm going to keep keeping on streaming, even on these really low-risk days. And if it's close to home, I'm going to check them out just about every time. And one of the reasons I came out today was simply because there's not going to be any other days in my near future. Both because of my schedule and my commitments, and also because there ain't much to look forward to from what I could tell. And hey, everything works. Even my remote camera is still working. So 3 minutes from home now. So I'm gonna get to this next road and make my right turn here. Be the final leg to the driveway, and I'll slow down and hit the proper buttons to get this all turned off properly. This is what I was going to try to beat home, and I came up just a little bit short. Make sure my overhead is still working. Looks like we had a little hiccup there. All right. Well, all right, turn that off. All righty. We're coming to a close. Thanks for hanging in, riding along. And dang, it's why am I having hiccups with this trees and all kind of stuff here? Anyway, topping the hill, about to head downhill and then back uphill, and I will be at the hacienda. So thanks again.